Imagine this. Every action we take today has a ripple effect on the future of our planet and on the lives of people we may never meet. Sounds pretty intense, right? But it's true. The rules and values we live by aren't just guidelines. They're the foundation for building a better future. As youth, we don't often discuss how these evolving rules and values shape global development, but it's a conversation we need to have. After all, we are the leaders and change makers of the world. By prioritizing sustainability, equity, and responsibility, we can create a world that thrives and is fair for generations to come. So, let's talk about sustainability. We've all heard the term before, but what does it mean exactly? Well, it's about meeting our needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet theirs. It's a balancing act between economic growth, environmental care, and social well-being. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals are a great example of this. They provide a roadmap for a better and more sustainable future. Think about goals like climate action, clean water, and responsible consumption. They're all about making sure our planet can provide for us today and in the future. Take the Paris Agreement, for instance, a massive treaty where 195 countries pledged to cut down their greenhouse gas emissions. It's a global commitment to tackle climate change head-on. Think about the cooperation and coordination required to get nearly every country in the world to agree on something. This just shows how urgent and crucial these environmental issues are. Now, let's take a look at some technological innovations. Solar panels and wind turbines are becoming common sights even in our neighborhoods. These technologies are changing the way we produce energy and the way we consume it as well. Not only are they changing solar panels and wind turbines are becoming common sights even in our neighborhoods. These technologies are not only changing the way we produce energy, the way we consume it as well. Not only are they reducing our greenhouse gas emissions, but also creating jobs and driving economic growth. For example, the solar industry alone employs millions of people worldwide. But it's not just about energy. Innovations like electric vehicles and smart grids are actually making sustainability more approachable. Electric cars, for example, are reducing our carbon footprint and reducing our reliance on fossil fuels. Companies like Tesla are not only making them practical, but desirable as well. Now, we can't forget about smart homes in cities too. Imagine living in a city where everything is connected and optimized for efficiency. Waste systems that recycle almost everything. Buildings that produce more energy than they consume. And transportation that runs on renewable energy. These aren't only dreams, but realities in some parts of the world, thanks to technological advancements. Now, as you already may know, technology is a major driver of global development. Renewable energy sources, electric vehicles, smart grids, and wind turbines are only a few examples of how technology is revolutionizing our world. These innovations are helping reduce our environmental impact and improving our quality of life. By adopting these technologies, countries are able to build resilient infrastructure, foster innovation, and promote positive industrialization. This shift towards sustainable technology is also putting a focus on evolving values that prioritize environmental conservation and efficiency. And these values are crucial for the long-term health of our planet and for global development as a whole. Take renewable energy as an example. Countries like Germany and Denmark are leading the way in wind energy, which is reducing their reliance on fossil fuels. In the solar energy sector, China is the largest producer of solar panels and has the highest installed solar capacity in the entire world. These innovations are allowing countries to meet their energy needs sustainably, but also setting an example for others to follow. Electric vehicles are another great example. Norway, for instance, has the highest per capita number of electric cars in the entire world. Thanks to government support and charging stations, a lot of Norwegians have actually made that switch. This shift is reducing greenhouse gases and improving air quality, which in turn improves public health. Pretty cool, right? Now, we can't forget about smart grids too, which are also making a significant impact. Countries like Japan and the US are investing heavily in smart grid technology, which is allowing them to create reliable and sustainable power systems. Now, enough with the technology talk. Let's shift gears and talk about social equity. Fair trade is a great example of this. It ensures that producers in developing countries get paid fair wages and get to work in safe conditions. By choosing fair trade, you're supporting ethical practices and helping build sustainable communities all around the world. Because, think about it. When you buy fair trade, you're directly contributing to economic stability and social justice. This is what evolving values look like in action. It's not just about making money. It's about making a change, making a difference in people's lives. Consider a coffee farmer, for example, in a developing country. When you buy fair trade coffee, you're ensuring that that coffee farmer gets paid a fair amount for their crop, meaning they can send their child to school, get access to healthcare, and overall improve their quality of life. Corporate social responsibility is another big piece of the puzzle. Companies like Huda Beauty and Ben & Jerry's are actually leading the way. They show that businesses can be ethical. They show that businesses can be financially stable while also being socially and ethically responsible. CSR includes everything from environmental efforts to fair labor practices, and it's all about companies taking responsibility for their impact on society. Huda Beauty, Ben & Jerry's, for instance, not only makes delicious ice cream, trust me, I know, but also supports environmental efforts, advocates for social justice issues, and sources fair labor products. This kind of business model builds customer loyalty and sets a standard for other companies to follow. Huda Beauty, another fantastic example, is not only known for their products, but their commitment to supporting Palestine, empowering women, and supporting charitable causes. These companies are showing that we can do well by being good in society. Now, with everything I've said here today, what is the big takeaway? Well, evolving rules and values are the bedrock of our future, a future we, us leaders, have the power to influence. Whether it's supporting charitable causes or supporting environmental sustainability, the actions we take today will influence the world we will inherit, which is why it's so important to speak up and use our voices now more than ever, because if we don't, who will? It's not just important, it's essential to take a stance on issues like social justice and global development, because if we don't, who will? The decisions we make today will define the world that we live in tomorrow. So by actively engaging in discussions, advocating for social justice and ethical practices, and making informed decisions, we can drive positive change, and I really mean it. Together, let's use our creativity, energy, and determination to build a brighter, more just, and sustainable future. And together, let's create a world we can all be proud of. With the people we have here at Seeds, I'm sure we can tackle these problems one by one. Thank you. I forgot half of my speech, brother. What the freak was that? Okay, thank you.